Hi guys, we're back with chapter 4, Control Statements, part 1. So for this, I'm using the 9th edition of Dado, C++ How to Use Programming. This material has a lot of important basic stuff which is which is useful for C++, which helps us to learn it faster and even better. So I would personally suggest people who want to learn C++ to use this material. So let's get started. Let's go with the basics first. Algorithms. Please take notes. A procedure for solving a problem in terms of actions to execute, and the order of the action is known as algorithm. So any solvable containing problems can be solved by the execution of a series of actions in a specific order. So that's algorithms. And then pseudocode. It is an artificial and an informal language that helps programmers to develop algorithms without worrying about C++ language syntax. To make it easier, it is something which will help us to write a code without using programming language. That is pseudocode. So these are the control statements. So as you see, there are three types of the decision control statements: loop control statements, case control statements. So for decision, it's simple if else, nested if, else if ladder is not important for now. So let's look at the first three, and then for loop, it's for loop, while loop, and do loop. Case control statements is also not that important for now, so let's look at the initial basic stuff. So let's look into the examples. So this is if statement. So int test, we put 5, and if test is less than 10, we get the codes there, we write the codes there, and then those are the codes, and then if it is true, we get true, it is less than 10. Or if it is false, we can see on the right side, we get false, it is not less than 10. So this is if else. If else is a modified if. It is nothing but it shows both. So in test is 5. If test is less than 10, it shows the answer. Else if it's not, it shows the answer. So if it's false, if test is more than 10, it shows false, it's more than 10. Or if it's and also else, it shows false, it is less than 10. So this is the while loop. So while is nothing but the program will, for example, I is equal to I plus 1 is, so for example we put while I is less than 10, and then we start the main program. I is equal to I plus 1, which is it is I plus 1 for each and every value when it shows. For example, see out the value of I is, we declare I, so which is, and when we put run, we get 1 plus for every I. So it keeps on executing the value. The program will execute till I is less than 10, and after I is less than if I is more than 10, the program will not execute anymore and it will stop. And next we have formulating algorithms, counter-controlled repetitions. So this uses a variable called a counter to control the number of times a group of statements will execute. This repetition is also called as definite repetition. So it is the number of repetitions known before the loop begins executing. So that is it. That is the main thing of it. And then we have sentinel controlled repetition. Here we use a special value called sentinel value, or it is also called a dummy value. After typing the legitimate value, the user types the sentinel value to indicate the last value has been entered. So that is the main thing of it. To make it easy, it is often called indefinite repetition because the number of repetitions is not known before the loop begins over here. Nested control statements, it's really easy. It's what's there on the screen. We have seen that control statements can be stacked on top of one another. Here we examine the only other structured way control statements can be connected, namely by nesting one with another. So that is nested. So these are the arithmetic assignment operators which you see on the screen. So that is, let's assume it's just as simple as it is there on the screen. If C is equal to 3, D is equal to 5, E is equal to 4, F is equal to 6, G is equal to 12. So plus is equal to, which is, for example, if we say C plus is equal to 7, which is C is equal to C plus 7. Increment and discrement controls, it's like that. So if I say this, you'll get an idea. So increment and discrement operators are plus plus and minus minus. Plus plus is nothing but plus 1, and minus minus is nothing but minus 1. So that is how it is going here. It's the same way as you see. So the C++, the name C++ came on the same way. C plus 1 programming language, it's the advanced, so that's how the name came to. So C++ means C plus 1. So yeah, that is it for the chapter for today. Please take notes. We have simple programs for this,